welcome to the channel. My name is Anna Maria and this is the 27th episode I'm doing in a series about the witch trials. And in today's episode I will talk about Northern Moravia. I will link the other ones down below. I will remind everyone that the witch trials were brutal, and some of the themes I will take up can be distressing, especially when it comes to the punishments for the accused, so warning for the episode. These trials happened in Northern Moravia, which is in present-day Czech Republic, and it happened between 1622 and 1696. These trials are a part of the Catholic Counter-Reformation, and it was a lot of rebellion in the region at this time, because most of the people wanted to remain Protestant. It was also a problem with the landlords, because they treated the farmers badly. And all of this led up to that a Jesuit priest called Arnold Engel started to mention and pointing out witchcraft in Northern Moravia. Witch trials were quite uncommon up to this point, but the rebellion and the rift between the people started to have an impact. First of all, I'm sorry for pronunciations, I will try my best. One of the trials started in 1678 with a woman called Marie Shuhova. She was seen taking the bread of communion and putting it in her prayer book. A judge and a witch hunter called Jindrich František Boblik of Edelstadt were a judge in this trial. And a countess called Angelia Anna Sibylla of Gall was in the witch commission. She didn't believe in any form of torture, she was more for showing people how it could be. So she was showing Marie the torture devices as a threat to make her talk. And Marie started to point out a woman called Dorota, and she in her turn called out another woman also called Dorota. This Dorota is said to wanted the bread of communion for witchcraft. More specifically for a spell that would make cows give more milk. Jindrich managed to convince the countess to use torture to get more information out of the accused. The accused also had to show their bodies so the commission could look for a devil's mark. It's also said that Jindrich was very pushy in cases because he wanted more money. After this trial, more people were executed for witchcraft. In early 1680, 5 women were burnt after being decapitated, and later the same year another 4 women were burnt, but this time it had a different impact on the crowd. The people watching were praying to Jesus to forgive the accused. A priest called Thomas König heard this and he gathered some priests to protest against Jindrich. Jindrich got very angry and started to collect a lot of material that incriminated the protesters. Thomas died before he was accused of being a witch. Other protesters were taken in and tortured, sometimes whole families. Even a vicar called Christoph Alois Lautner was taken in. All of them were burnt at the stake in 1685. Jindrich died in 1696, and it was about 100 people that were executed during his time in the commission from 1678 to 1696. And that was all for this episode about the Northern Moravia witch trials. In the next episode I will talk about the Pittenweem witches. If you like this episode, please like, comment and subscribe, it will help out the channel a lot. And I will see you in the next one.